Hello class, welcome to lecture 4, part 3. Hopefully you have had a chance to look at lecture 4, part 1 and 2. If you have not done that, please take a moment, stop right now, and actually go and view part 1 and part 2. Alright, the second part of our lecture is focused on our second assessment, which is the Strong Holland. Now, different from the first assessment, the Myers-Briggs, which was based on your personality, and that's based on innate qualities that you were born with. Those things that are part of your preferences, believe it or not, your parents or whomever you grow up with could most likely give some indication to that's part of who you are today, because they have seen that throughout your entire life. Well, now this particular assessment, the Strong Holland, focuses on your interest. Your interests are things that have been shaped over time while growing up, that you have been introduced to in a variety of environments: home, family, work, social with friends, etc. Now, John Holland believed that if you found careers that were based on your interest, then you will be much more happy in your jobs. Whereas the Myers-Briggs assessment believed that if you found careers that were led to what you naturally perform and do, then you would be most happy and comfortable in your job. The Strong Holland has 6 different categories, and of those categories, we want to be mindful of how you type with the 6 possible categories to develop careers of interest for you, or to get a list of careers of interest. So what I'm going to do is just explain the 6 different categories. And while I explain them, then make note of your top 3. The codes are usually explained in something we call the RIASEC, which is R for realistic, I for investigative, A for artistic, S for social, E for enterprising, and C for conventional. In these particular areas, I'm just going to scroll down so you can see them. Then I will explain each. So realistic is our doers. Usually these are people who prefer and love to work with their hands indoors and outdoors. There could be some careers that they're doing indoors, but primarily they're the ones who love to be outdoors and working with their hands. This could include things where they are repairing things, they're making things, they're building things, they are working on machinery and tools, they're handling emergency type of situations. This could also even include nurses, because they do a lot with their hands. If you believe you are realistic, then you will use R for one of your letters of your Holland code. The second category is investigative, which has to do with what we call our thinkers. Our thinkers are those who love to observe. They love to learn and solve problems. They love to figure out things. They usually value knowledge and independence. They value trying to determine facts and information to be able to come up with the answer. Some of their skill sets are researching, analyzing, and being scientific in nature. Some of the careers that are suited for those who are investigative and or majors can do with marine biology, health services, business, chemistry, zoology, consumer economics, psychology. The third category is artistic. And artistic is what we understand artistic to be, our creators. They love anything that is either visual or performing arts, that is musical, very much creative in nature. Anything with the arts will be wrapped around artistic. This could also include culinary arts, because you have to be very creative in how you make food, right? Some of the things that artistic values is language, beauty, emotions, artistic creativity. Their skills are usually related to imagination and dramatics. Some of the careers that those who are part of artistic could look into is communications, cosmetology, photography, radio and television, interior design, and architecture. Other related pathways could include public and human services or arts and communication. The fourth category is social, which is the helpers. And let's get this straight. Social for this particular assessment does not mean the talkative party guru, right, or the social butterfly. In this case, social has a lot to do with those who love to help people. They love to be around people, to train or to support people in some particular way. They value communication and cooperation. They value trust, working with others, and the community. Some of the skills that they usually lean more towards is developing relationships, teaching, listening, and verbal communication and understanding others. Some careers that can be considered with social would be counseling, nursing, physical therapy, travel, advertising, public relations, and education. The fifth category is enterprising. Those that are enterprising, I love to say, are risk takers. Our handout has it as these are the leaders. Enterprisers love to influence others. They love to persuade and lead. You will find that enterprising persons love to take risks. They love the idea of power, status, and again, like I mentioned, influencing others. Some of their skill set, they're great at being public speaking or persuading or selling things. They love social interactions, and they are okay with the idea or thought of their career path might not necessarily be a start A point to a start B point. They're not necessarily looking for a direct path. They're willing to take risk in their career path and go a variety of ways to do what they end up love doing. Something else that falls in enterprising may be entrepreneurs. So some careers that usually people consider in this area are fashion merchandising, real estate, marketing and sales, law, political science, international trade, banking, and finance. The sixth category is conventional. And with conventional, this is named the organizers. Now, conventional, the organizers, they love to work with data and numbers. They have an ability to be able to see detail through the process of carrying out tasks, maybe even working in spreadsheets or database type of functions. They value order, accuracy, precision, and dependability and stability. Some of their key skills are being efficient, being persistent, managing data and systems and computers. You will see people who have careers related to conventional in accounting, maybe court reporting, insurance, administration, medical records, banking, and data processing. Other related pathways could be based on industrial and engineering technology. I do want to go back and speak about realistic again. Realistic, the doers, working with their hands. I failed to mention some of the careers that you actually can pursue, which are agriculture, health assistant, computers, construction, mechanical, machinist, engineering, and possibly even food and hospitality. So now that you know and you have a better understanding of the 6 categories, you can develop and know your Holland Code. So your top 3 categories, and then you're going to place them in preferential order of what is most important and appealing to you to what is the third most important and appealing to you. For the lecture, take time and actually do that. The second thing that you should do is get your assessment results. And based on your assessment results, you will now see a list of possible careers based on your Holland Code. The other thing to point out with the Holland Code is that this is one that is very fluid in nature. So you might see careers that have your top code, and let's say, for example, mine is SAE. My top code letter being social. But maybe when I'm pursuing my career, I actually might want a career that is much more enterprising. Well, because of the fluidity of it and understanding the characteristics of each of the letters, you actually could decide to look at careers that are enterprising. Just keep in mind that the first letter or the dominant letter of that particular career, E for enterprising, means the majority of the tasks or responsibilities will be related more to E, secondary to S, and thirdly to A. So just keep that in mind if you're going to switch around your letters and deciding on careers of interest. You can also reference the California Career Zone website, which is careerzone.org, and go to Discover Possibilities. Once you click on Discover Possibilities, then you can pull up Quick Assessment. The quick assessment, you can play with the letters and actually plug in 3 letters that are of interest to you, and as a result of that, it will give you a list of careers based on those 3 letters. Thank you for your time. This ends Lecture 4, Part 3.